Going for a walk in the woods, just walking in the woods, walking in the woods. My name's Adam, and I'm walking in the woods with my equipment, and I'm trying to measure slope. Yay! Hey guys, so a lot of the last week or so, last couple of days, has just been administrative type work. We've been working in the office, getting ready for the 2022 season and what's going to happen when I'm gone for a couple of weeks because Brandy's having the baby here soon, like real soon, in a month and a half. So getting planned for that. I figured you guys probably didn't want to see that. We haven't really been filming in there. I mean, I guess if you do want to see it, comment, let us know. We're more than happy to show you guys what we do, but it's a lot of computers and brainstorming. Some messing up, but not much. We are actually getting pretty serious about getting into the 2022 season here. In fact, tomorrow we actually have a bid. Adam's going to take me along with them and kind of show me his way of doing it, show me the ropes so that I can get more comfortable going out there and we can have a little better work-life balance so that he can spend some time at home too. So yeah, we have that bid tomorrow. And then we actually kind of got something pretty cool going on. Like, we're both really excited about it. It's a pretty good idea, pretty good concept. I think you guys probably already know because of the thumbnail and the title, but whatever. Anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll show you what we got going on.
Morning, guys. Just starting the day, just preparing for today. It's fun. Yesterday wasn't fun. Yesterday wasn't fun at all. Not for me. Probably not for Tom. Tom's part of the planning and, marketing and all this stuff. And I'm an owner operator of my business. So like I try and fit all those things in like 3-4 months in the winter. And I know it's probably not the right thing. And you're supposed to work on this all year round, but I don't necessarily have time. And so Tom's part of this planning with me. And sometimes it's not fun at all. And so today is going to be fun. I think when he left yesterday, I know when I quit working yesterday, I was a little frustrated and a little bit whatever. And planning things does that, right? And you work out those kinks, and that's why we have the opportunity to do that this year. So today we're going to go and meet a friend about clearing some trees out for him. And I don't know when this project's going to happen, but we're going to go meet him. And Tom's coming along, and Tom's going to start doing some bidding with us this year. If we have meetings 4 nights a week and Tom takes 2 of those, that's 2 more nights a week I have with my family. And he's excited about the responsibility, which is cool. It's a little scary for me. And I'm not a control freak by any means, but like giving up some of those things and I mean, he's going to do great, and I just need to trust him and let him do it. But if I can give him some examples, he's going to do wonderful. So we're going to do that. And then I've been planning in my head since we kind of did some setup stuff in our back property, planning in my head about a solar irrigation system. I definitely can't afford a traditional irrigation system out there. It is 300 yards plus away from our house. And just to bring power in we're going to plant about 12 to 2 dozen fruit trees back there. And I just want to, if I invest that money in those trees in the property, I want to be able to water them, right? And I don't necessarily have time to go out there with a bucket and do it. So, or a tank on the 4-wheeler or whatever it is. So I have an idea. I think it's a creative idea to do solar irrigation, and we're going to try it. So today is literally just the planning, and I'm hoping you guys see some fun in it. I think it's exciting. I like to challenge myself to be ingenuitive. I can't say that I'm ingenuitive in my design or in how I run my business if I don't challenge that, right? So, and I think Tom's starting to kind of realize some of these things with the process. And I don't know if it's the right way. I don't even know if this is going to work. So we're going to do some measuring, and Tom's going to be along with it and probably asking questions. And I'm gonna lean on his experience too, because Tom's done a lot of irrigation, and Tom knows a lot about a lot. So I hope you guys get to see that back and forth, because two minds work better. I forget things. I am not perfect, and sometimes Tom has these like simply creative ideas. So, and he's here. So I'm not prepared.
We just got done with that bid.
It's an ambulance.
Oh, an ambulance? Oh no! Oh, here comes Adam. Are you scared?
No,
You scared? They're coming to get you.
I hope everybody's okay.
Coming to get you. Oh! Woo! Anyways, we just got done with the bid. It was definitely a little different than we were both expecting here.
Yeah.
Not quite the brush clearing thing we were thinking of. It was more. It was a lot more of.
Like logging.
Yeah,
That's okay.
It was like 60-foot tall pine trees from an old Christmas tree farm. Which is bigger than that. They were like 80 feet pine trees. And what is he doing back there?
I think he's got to swing over to the...
Turn around.
Turn around.
But yeah, so we just got done with that. And it's still not warm out at all.
No.
Like, I mean, we only got a half hour till lunch.
Can we go eat at like a cafe? Like, I want some cafe food.
It'll be fancy. And it's too cold to do anything outside yet. So, I mean, we could do stuff outside, but it's too cold to do things outside. So, we're gonna drive around until we probably go get lunch. And the wind chill is still like negative 15 right now. So, no, we're not gonna be outside. We're gonna go eat food and be warm. So, we'll see you guys.
I want an open face sandwich of some kind.
Give you an open face sandwich. We'll see
Like
you
turkey gravy? Ooh, mashed taters.
You want turkey gravy on your open face?
Kind of.
Okay, alright.
We're gonna try and find that.
Oh man, we'll see you guys after lunch. Well, lunch was super good. Oh, look at this beautiful, Adam. Oh my god, this is so romantic. It's like we're walking down that wedding aisle. Oh my god, can't even talk. This is
stuffed.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's so cold on my teeth. Oh.
Such a charming little town.
It is.
Buffalo, Minnesota. It's just charming.
I love Buffalo.
It's charming.
Buffalo, the town, not the animals.
I
like
think they're delicious.
I like the animals too. But yeah, it was a super cool little cafe called Forget Me Not. And that was absolutely amazing.
It was delicious.
That was very, very good. Very good. And it's still really cold out. So we got some
Take your breath away, cold.
Yeah, hurt your teeth cold.
That's what it feels like.
Oh man. So we got a little bit of office work we got to do when we get back. And then we were going to do it after, but it's still cold out, so we're going to do it when we get back. And then we got to go outside and brave the elements. So we'll see you guys.
I'm gonna play with that plug.
Ooh.
I'm gonna play with that plug.
Plug it up,
work?
boy.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Okay, we'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, guys, we're back at the shop now finally, and we got. I mean, you can see from the thumbnail, but we got a pretty cool concept going on here. Solar irrigation. So Adam's looked into this way more than I have. And it literally all started with this tank that I'm about to show you, and he's going to talk about. He is going to do most of the explaining on this because I have no idea what he's got going in his mathematical little technical brain right now. So we'll let him do the talking today.
Well, I was given this tank by a friend of mine that, and Greg plows snow with us, but his family owns a lawn care fertilizer company. I don't know if I can say their name on camera yet, so I'm not going to. But Greg's a good friend, and they were cleaning stuff up at their shop, and here's a 300-gallon tank, and he thought we could use it for hydroseeding, and we really can't. But I don't like to throw things away, so I think it can be used. So I was thinking this could be a transfer tank that a pump pumps water into, because it's easier to store water than it is to store power. So this could pump up to, you'll see down below, but there's a quite a hill, and we're going to use gravity as our irrigation power in a way. And me and Tom are just going through. I was telling Tom, like, here's a bung for, or a fitting for, like an overflow. We're gonna try and make this as passive of a system as we can. And down below is another 1-inch opening. So I think we're gonna go with 1-inch poly line for this. I'm not really certain yet. We're gonna do some measuring. I have a tape measure and an altimeter, and we gotta start with elevation. And I think that's a really good spot to start. And that's what we're gonna go and measure today. And I don't even know if I can afford the pump. I don't even know if I can afford the solar panels to power the pump. But it starts with knowledge, right? So we're gonna go measure.
So we're literally standing in the pond right now. There's not a whole ton of water in here, but this is the sump hole. This is, we didn't show you guys what we did for the sump basket.
Oh, that's
We
fine.
took one of those big, like 50-gallon plastic garbage barrels and filled it with some concrete. And we're gonna poke holes in it and sink it down right here
We're gonna stick it right here.
and put our pump in there. That way our pump's not sitting in the dirt, mud, everything like that. But as you can see, this is the pond we're gonna pull water from, and as snow melts, it'll drain in and fill in more. But we want to go from here and have a tank up there and have it water out this way, which is where math and science comes in, which Adam knows more about than I do. So
I mean, a little bit. What we have to do is measure. I don't know if, Tom, if you can show up the hill. We have to see how many feet that is, how much elevation it is. So we can figure out head pressure, because when you pump water, it gets heavier the more it is. A 1-inch line for 100 feet is about 4 gallons of water. So, I mean, if it's 100 feet that way, and gravity weighs what?
9.087 or something like that.
Yeah. So basically what we're doing is finding elevation so we can figure out if we can find a pump that'll pump it up this hill and then gravity feed down. And I'm sure people are wondering why we're gonna gravity feed it down. I don't know, like I kind of touched on when we were talking about the tank. I want to make this a passive system. So the sun's out, it's powering it. It's going to go into the tank, and the overflow is going to come back here and be like a bubbler, or if we have enough pressure, maybe even a fountain. Be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And to stabilize the pressure coming down, we might end up having it daylighted in the other side of the pond, and so we can kind of create a small current. I don't know if it's easy to see in the winter time.
No, not really. not that easy on the camera.
I've been thinking about this system for about a year now, and I don't know if it's even going to happen. I wanted to make it happen, but we got to plan and do some math. So I have a 100-foot tape measure. I think it'll make it up to the top of the hill. This is an altimeter, so we can check grade. It's going to tell us how many feet it is up,
Without doing triangulating.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to
mathematics
do a
and
little trigonometry to figure some of these things out, but we have to start with the initial measurement, and we can build things off of that. I don't know if it's a small solar panel for a small pump to keep up with that system. I don't know if it's gonna be. I can't imagine it's gonna be too big of a pump. It's not like we're pressurizing a whole irrigation system or a whole, I guess, house and irrigation system. So, and me and Tom have talked about maybe it's a pressure tank. It fills the pressure tank to make it up the hill, but until we get these measurements, we're not going to know.
So I'm gonna stay down here in the sump hole.
Down in a hole, Tom.
Oh man, I've been in a sump hole a time or two. Anyways, the only thing we didn't bring out was a stake, so
We got a stick.
nature stakes.
Nature.
So Adam's gonna run up with the altimeter and we're gonna get measurements here. And hopefully it turns out pretty good. I mean, I don't know, that only looks like, you can't really see it on the camera, but it only looks like, what, 35 feet? If even?
Yeah, I think it's probably 20 to 40, somewhere in there.
So, yeah, we're gonna get this thing measured out here, and like Adam said, we got to get numbers before we can even come up with trying to figure out what kind of products we can use, and if they're, how would you say that?
Affordable.
Reasonable. Yeah, reasonable.
I don't even know if I can afford this system. Tom, I don't know if you can point the camera at the house, but show how, I mean, I know I can't afford to get power all the way
From
back here.
there, all the way up there, all the way down to here, and then up. Yeah.
And then irrigate this whole area.
So it doesn't look like much on camera here, but this area that we're trying to irrigate is,
About an acre.
yeah, it's about an acre.
It's about an
area
acre.
that we're trying to irrigate. So that's why we want to do solar and as efficient and least amount of impact to the area as we can. Which I think it'll work. I think it'll work out good. We gotta know math if we want to know what products we gotta use. So we're gonna measure out and get set up here.
Tom, does it turn on? I don't know if this thing works very well in the wintertime.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to zero that? Does it zero? Okay, hand it to me, Thomas. So Thomas. And here's our tape measure. So I'm gonna clip you guys on and walk up this hill. Walk through the woods. Oh my gosh. That's 100 feet. 100 feet right here. That's 20 feet right now. So Tom's coming up. So we got to reset. We're at our length here. Okay, where are you wanting to go? It's gonna go up.
By the trees?
Yeah, up by those big oaks somewhere. I'll give you that. I'm gonna zero this feller. There we go, zero. So we're at 19 feet and change.
So 90.
We'll just call it 20.
20.
I'd rather overestimate. I like to scare Tom a little bit, and it'll get a little boop boop on his face.
I know this isn't a very direct route, but we'll make it more direct. So I was thinking up here, because we have a trail and I could service it. So this looks like a good spot for the tank. I don't know if you can see Tom down there. So we are at 13 feet 5 inches. So 20, yeah. So it'd be 35, let's call it 35 feet. You're pretty close, Tom. Oh my gosh, that wind. It's chilly. Here, just wait. How many feet? So we're at like 89 feet. We'll just call it 200.
Yeah.
A lot of little like dead buckthorn and stuff in here. Should get in here and make it healthier. A lot of dead sumac. Some of it's alive, but oh my gosh, some of it's definitely dead.
Screw your pole.
Yeah.
Here, you hold the.
Here. Teamwork. I always do this backwards.
Hey, my face is cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure you guys can hear. It's windy and cold.
It's windy and cold, and I don't even know if I'm getting a good shot because it's on my jacket.
Like she said. Oh. That was close. That was close too. At least I got one baby coming, I guess.
Like I said, I like to boop them sometimes.
Boop. Go in, you're home.
I think there's snow in there, Tom. I don't know.
Got it. So, figured we'd show you. Figured we'd show you the area that we want to do all this work to. This side over here is more or less prairie grass and drainage. It's kind of hard to see on the camera because it's white.
Yeah.
But this is all the drainage that runs back into a pond there. And it's pretty much grass and trails over there. Hi. This is the cool side though. So this is the existing pond. And this summer we dug out a channel connecting that pond back there to this pond. And there's a little channel in there, leveled all that off, and we're gonna do like food plot and trees, and Sacagawea's in the tree over there. So that's how we want to pump from this pond, bring it up the hill to a tank, and bring it down for irrigation out here into the food plot and trees, or even just to have access to water out here is really the big main reason that we're doing all of this anyways.
I don't even know what I'm going to be able to run, but it would be even nice to just be able to fill up a tank on the four-wheeler, or, I mean, access to water is essential, right? Like, to life. So if we want things to grow and we can make it easier, and I like playing with the idea of solar.
Oh yeah, especially in our industry with what we do.
We are in the green industry. Maybe
Right.
we should think about some green choices.
And low impact, like some of the clients that we get, they have a ton of property that they can't do anything with because they don't have power, or they don't want to spend, $5,000 to run power out to it.
I don't know how much.
I don't even know. I literally just pulled that number out of thin air, but they just don't want to have the power company come out and trench in power.
Yeah.
And they just never get to use the land. So
even if it gives us something we could hook a garden hose up to. Laurel and I have talked about putting fruit trees out here for a long time, and the big inhibitor to it is watering it. And when we could plant fruit trees here is when I'm really busy. So if the sun can do the work for us, you know.
Because like you have a smaller tank too that you could throw on the 4-wheeler and come
Yeah.
back in water. But like you said, it's the middle of summer. That's busy. So if you could have something do that for you, that would be a little bit easier. And not only that, but having a bubbler or a fountain in that pond
Yeah.
to keep clean flowing water.
Yeah.
Like, just park like.
I would like, I mean, it'd be cool to just come out here in the morning and see a group of, some mallards out here, some wood ducks. Me and the neighbor Chris have set out a few wood duck houses, and just to see if it works, This year was kind of a bust because of the drought, but if we can get it to a point where, I mean, it's Minnesota. It rains. We have decent precipitation most years. So
Well, just digging it out, those wildflowers that grew around the pond. First time ever. I'll put a picture in it, a picture of them right here. But yeah, like those wildflowers were gorgeous. And like you said, that's the first time you've had them come up out here.
yeah,
Agitation of the soil, moving things around, kind of recreating that ecosystem out here. And
Right.
you have tons of wildlife out here
Yeah.
as is.
yeah.
Why not make it a sanctuary?
Yeah, and I think doing some of these things, I used to do these projects with my grandfather. I mean, maybe not to this degree, but we would do things and I'd be like, why are you doing that? He'd be like, for the deer, for the squirrels, for the...
Some would say for the ducks and the deer.
And the kids and your mom.
And we're digging out the pond.
No, we're using the pod.
Oh man. But yeah, this is his little piece of paradise back here. And the neighbor too. He's super cool with all this. He's all on board. But it's their little piece of paradise back here. So why not make it something gorgeous? And if it's something that works out in our industry, then it's something that works out in our industry too.
I think it's just exploring ingenuity. I think it's exploring creativity. And if we have the knowledge, some of the knowledge, and, quite a bit of the equipment to do it, and access to some of the specialty things, I mean, why not try? And, I don't even know what this budget looks like.
Yeah. But now we have a start. We
can start, yeah. And if I think it might be a hard sell to tell Laurel, like, by the way, I'm gonna buy a $2,000 pump, and she might
stick
go,
it in the muddy pond.
yeah, she might laugh at me, but I don't know until I start. So
Yeah.
Or maybe it's something that it is a $2,000 pump and $1,000 worth of solar panels, and we go, if we're gonna spend a couple $1,000 on fruit trees, or whatever that dollar amount is, we need water or access to the water to actually do anything back here. So, just like in everybody else's life, we need to budget that, and we need to find a starting point to that budget. And I don't know it until we take measurements.
Yeah.
So
now we can get together and get the numbers right and figure out what parts and stuff we need. And this is definitely going to be a time-consuming project. Like, this is going to be step after step after step. It's not like, oh, we got the pump, we got the pipe, we got the solar panels, we got everything. Let's dump it in and go.
You guys are going to see this over the course of months.
Most of the summer, realistically, beginning of the summer at least.
I would in my head, I have like May, like before, even in April when things start thawing out.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun. Like, that would be, if I can afford this, April would be awesome before we get going, to get it set up and going. And if we're out and find a decent deal on some fruit trees, if any of you have a good deal on fruit trees,
or solar panels, or
solar
pumps,
panel,
or anything.
Yeah, we're just experimenting.
Look at your frosty mustache.
Ooh.
Okay, I don't mean to cut you guys short, but my hand is freezing cold.